How does anyone get into stocks? Okay, so I'm sure everyone has already heard of what the stock market is and why people are flocking to it. But let's put this into perspective. You have typical 9 to 5 employees earning a salary which isn't enough. So some they have to go through the route of borrowing money or what we know as 5-6.
Mm-hmm.
Some open a small business but they're not that successful. Some are. Now, aside from the hardship of opening up a business, the stress that goes to maintain the business also comes with it. So, the simplest solution for some would be to get extra income through stocks. But what is stocks? Right? So, welcome to Trendspotting the PSE. I'm Bonner Dytoc. Joining me today is my friend from the podcast coach, Jet. Hi, Jet.
Hello, everybody. Nice to
So,
be here, Bonner.
and how has your week been?
Oh, very eventful.
Very eventful. I didn't get to join you guys the last time with the soundtracks episode.
Oh yeah. But maybe next time the one that we're going to discuss, Sandman.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I know that you're one of the people I know that wants to know more about
Mm-hmm.
stocks. So okay, pag-usapan natin. What would you like to know about the stock market?
First, what are the typical stocks? What constitutes a stock?
Okay.
So yung mga
So
ganon.
uh, companies go public. So they get listed sa Philippine Stock Exchange. The reason for this is for them to raise cash, and one way is for them to sell shares of the company. So as far as their operations go, they probably need a little more cash. One way for them to raise cash, yeah, let's go public. Let's sell some of our shares to the public, and whatever our projects are, whatever income comes in, whatever we report, that will in general be reflected into how the share prices will move. And
Mm.
people like me, uh, I buy shares not because I like the company or because I like their prospects. It's more of I am looking for an extra way of how to get income. So one way is I go through the stock market, and I don't have to wait too long for the profits to come in. Sometimes uh, there are times I'm able to get a return of roughly 20 to 50%. And
Mm-hmm.
this doesn't take too long. It doesn't take a year. It takes a few months. If I'm lucky, sometimes in a week I can do this.
Oh,
That's
okay.
possible. And this is not pyramiding. This is not illegal. It's all legal. But this is the part where we have to be careful. Marami kasing nabubulag eh.
Mm-mm.
So, I've heard so many stories of people na, Uy, gusto ko ng stocks. Bakit? Kaibigan ko kasi nakabili ng bagong kotse through stocks. Ito, ay, gusto ko rin mag-stocks. Bakit? Naka-abroad yung buong pamilya nitong kaibigan ko eh. Nag-stocks lang eh. Okay, so this is what they know. They know that one way for them to make money is stocks tayo.
Mm-mm.
What they fail to know is what's the next step? How do you now make money? It's not like you go to a bank, you put your money there, you just leave it with the
Mm-hmm.
interest, and then that's how you make money.
Yeah, I
Interest in the
agree.
bank is very low. So
Yep.
low. Here, back in 2017, I'm sorry, I have not updated this. The savings deposit return was around 0.35%. That's kind of low.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, now I know it's around 0.125% per annum.
Wow.
Very low. So it's
Very low.
it's uh, it's it's not really that attractive.
Mm-mm.
Treasury bills used to get around 2.87% per annum. Now I know it's a little lower. Time deposit used to be 1 to 2.5%. Now what I saw is like 0.25%.
Wow.
So these things, if you combine all of this with what our last inflation was, I think it was around 4 point something percent. Talo. So what was one solution? One way was to put your money in stocks and try to get the appreciation of the price. And that's how we get to profit from it. In 2017, the return of the stock exchange was actually 25%. So what it means, if you put 1,000 pesos at the start of 2017, assuming whatever you put your money into reflects also how the stock exchange also returned. No?
Mm-hmm.
You would have had around 1,251 pesos at the end of the year.
Yeah. Oh.
But that's not how it works. Hindi mo naman pwedeng bilhin yung index ng stock exchange. Eh. You have to put it in individual stocks. So,
Mm-mm.
mamimili ka. So, uh, ito ang itong gustong pakita sa tao eh. Why do you want to trade stocks? Ito lahat of, ang dami ng mga uh, ang daming rason. Gusto ko kasi maganda mag-stocks, blah blah blah. You know, I've heard all kinds of reasons, but let's go right down to it. What is their main reason? I don't think that they want to be a part owner of the company. I mean, essentially, pag bili mo ng stocks, you already are a part owner.
Mm-mm.
No
Yeah.
matter how small it is, you are a part owner. Pero yung dami ng shares na binili mo, is it enough for you to give instructions to the board for them to, I doubt.
No, no.
Di ba? Malabo
Far
yun.
from. Oh,
Malabo
malabo
yun.
yun.
Or is it because you just want to make good money? Most of us just want the last one. We don't
Mm-hmm.
really care too
I
much
agree.
about what the company does. That is the responsibility of their board. Di ba? Wala sa atin yun.
Mm-mm.
So, ito yung kailangan nilang tingnan. Ano ba purpose nila? Majority of the companies that are listed, once
Mm-hmm.
they get money, they already declared where they're going to use this. For example,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I think the latest company that went on public, one of them was Monde Nissin, the makers of Lucky Me.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So they always have to come out with this book that we call the prospectus. Sa
Mm-hmm.
itong prospectus is being given to the public. From there, you
Oh.
can read what what is their background, how their financials are, what they're going to do, what their plans are. Do they have loans? Do they have other projects? Lahat. Everything that they need to declare, it's all in there. So most of the time, when they do have some kind of deals, it it has to go either into capital expenditures, whether that means you're going to expand, you're going to acquire, okay, that's one thing, or gamitin mo yun para pambayad ng utang. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also okay. What is not okay is if the company made money, but they have no plans of doing anything with it. In short, tataguin lang nila. If you have profits and you have shareholders, you are obliged to pay your shareholders the profits through dividends. And when we talk about dividends, whether you're talking about cash dividends o pera ang usapan,
Mm-hmm.
or stock dividend, you'll be forced to give them more shares. So, depende sa board ng company which one they are going to do. But they are forced to do some profit sharing.
Okay. That's very enlightening. So, for example, me as a 9 to 5 employee, no, and lalo na doon sa mga millennials natin that still lives with their parents, tapos
Yes.
kumikita na,
Mm.
13 month is coming. Is there like a season where it's best to purchase stock, or is it really like the weather na you have to watch what's going on?
Good question. In general, our own market is strong in the fourth quarter, and then it extends to the first quarter of the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So dyan talaga malakas. Pagdating ng second quarter and third quarter, mahina. Why? Second quarter, normally, I mean, this was pre-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Second quarter is normally the time that people take vacations with their family. So,
Mm.
mawawala sila, they won't be that active. Number two, nagtitipid mga tao for enrollment for the next school year.
Oh,
So,
okay.
kaya humihina yung stocks niyan. Because as far as I know, a lot of them put the extra income over there sa stock market. And when they need it, ay pull out muna.
Mm-hmm.
Third quarter is also weak, not only because extended from second quarter. At the same time, meron din tayo yung ghost month phenomenon.
Ano yung ghost month
Okay.
phenomenon?
The ghost month is like this. This is a Chinese tradition where every seventh month of the lunar calendar, which in our calendar always falls sometime August,
Okay.
30 days, the gates of hell open, all the spirits from the underworld, they come out, they roam the land. So, ayan. Ang pamahiin dyan is basta you learn to appease the spirits by doing offerings. At
Mm-hmm.
the same time, when it comes to expenses, only basic necessities. So, yung mga utilities mo sa bahay,
Mm-hmm.
food, maybe clothing, yung mga other maintenance issues like gas for the car, yan, okay yan. But other things that you do not need, like buying a new appliance, or buying a new car, or buying any other item, including stocks,
Mm-hmm.
hindi yan advisable. That's why in
Mm.
the previous generation, that means my dad's time. Whenever it's August, it's a ghost month, bagsak lagi ang activity sa market. But these
Oh, okay.
days, medyo iba na. These days, it's our generation na. Hindi na masyadong naniniwala sa ganyang pamahiin.
Mm-hmm.
My generation of Filipino Chinese are more westernized. So I think even if they know the tradition, some of them still would still keep on trading the market.
So, uh, is it best to invest during this sinasabi nilang down months? For example, when everybody's saving up for tuition fee, everybody's ganyan, would it be best to invest during that time?
My thinking is this. I think you can buy anytime, but
Okay.
but you have to choose what you want to buy. Just by that alone, I'm not saying stick to just blue chips.
Mm-mm.
Don't go into these speculatives or whatever. No.
Mm.
Kasi ako mismo, inaamin ko, mas bumibili ako ng speculatives than blue chips. Kasi ako nasanay na ako. Mas gusto ko yung malikot na stock. But you also
Mas
have to understand,
Uh-huh.
You should not only be looking at the micro level, you should look at the macro level.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on that can probably affect us?
Okay.
And the when part, mabilis yan.
Uh, so,
The
for
what part,
example,
yeah,
I
sige.
have or already have the budget. O kunyari, come 13-month pay,
All right,
sabi ko, i-invest ko lahat ng 13-month pay ko sa stocks.
all right.
Okay? Uh, is it wise for during this pandemic to buy companies that just went on public kasi they might have gone public kasi because of the effect of the pandemic and they're trying to raise funds, or is it better to buy stocks that are already in public already in public even before the pandemic?
So let me get this straight. Is it wise for you to buy an IPO, yung bago pa lang, or
Mm,
something established? Most people would go with the established ones.
okay.
Kasi may track record ka na eh.
Mm,
Ang IPO, bago pa lang yan. It may seem exciting at first. There was also some kind of mentality here na, ay, basta IPO, ano yan, patok yan, siguradong kikita dyan.
mm.
Not true. Not true.
So, for the those mga bagets na
Mm.
gusto mag-invest ngayon, uh, would you suggest na it would be best if they invest on technology, mga companies that involve in technology?
We are assuming that mm, they have no experience of trading
Mm-hmm.
the market, right?
Yeah.
My my advice: get yourself educated first.
Okay.
That means go into seminars. Maraming mga nag-offer ng seminar dyan. Para
Like
most,
you have your own seminar, di ba?
yes, I have
Mm.
my own seminar. What I do is I teach people how to read the charts. Now, it may not be for everyone, and as far as I know, that there are a lot of people now trying to look for free books out there, free videos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you may probably get something there, pero based on experience, and this is also based on a lot of other people's experience,
Mm-hmm.
it's different when you read something and try to understand it by yourself as against someone teaching you, someone mentoring you, para makita mo, tama ba o mali yung ginagawa mo. So there's a big difference there. We're not
Yeah.
stopping them from looking for all these free items.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Pero malaking bagay kung merong nagtuturo.
Yeah, just like any like hobby that they want to pick up. For
Yeah.
example, photography. I mean,
Ah,
there's a lot of freebies na tutorial and all sa ano, but there's always something different when you sit down in a class with a mentor or with the experienced professional
yeah.
na magtuturo. So same, if you want to know about stocks, you go to a person that knows stock and not consult your barber while you're having a haircut,
Oh
right?
yeah, of course. But malikot ang utak ng mga Pinoy.
Uh,
What goes on in the world of stocks dito sa atin, no? Pag nakita nila, itong tao nagtuturo, alam mo kung bakit nagtuturo yan? Kasi hindi kumita sa market yan. That's how they
mm,
think. Just because the guy is teaching doesn't mean he's not making money in the market.
mm.
So it's very dependent also on what the purpose of that person is. May mga iba, they teach because they want to pass on what they
They
already
know.
know, what
Mm,
works.
mm,
May iba, they teach because they have a reputation and they're known for that reputation in the market. So if they hold seminars, people will come, they will all pay, and you'll teach them something, but you don't get to teach everything. So I know of people who are like that. Bahala ka na maghusga which one is which.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. So, those who there are a lot of books that are available that you can
Yes,
find ebooks or physical books if you go
yes.
to a
Mm.
bookstore. There are a lot and join those watching join Bonner's mga seminars niya or like kanyang webinars that will be able to help understand how to invest in stocks. So my next question is, for example, I've already decided that I'm going to invest. Is it safe for me to invest on just one company or I spread it out to like two or three?
It's good to diversify. So by diversifying, we're not talking about just one or two companies.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the suggested division of your portfolio be four. We're not saying hanggang four lang yan. Kasi pwede namang you have six, you have eight. But if you can monitor all of it, okay lang.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure mabilis ang kamay mo when the time comes na kailangan mo na ibenta. You never can tell. Baka biglang bumabagsak yan, naghahabol ka, mahirap yun.
Mm-hmm. So
Uh,
are there stocks that you tend to keep for like years?
Personally, no.
Okay.
Kasi if you can make money out of it in a few weeks, in a few months, out na.
Okay. I
Saka
gotcha.
ang ano dyan, ang thinking ko is if you're into stocks and you have to treat this like a business, dapat
Mm-hmm.
meron kang parang fiscal year eh. By
Mm-hmm.
the end of your fiscal year, dapat inventory mo zero na eh.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then you start again on the next fiscal year.
Okay. That's very dun sa mga nanonood, that's very enlightening. So, all the while I thought that there are certain stocks that you buy and sell that goes on and you have stocks that you keep like for ages and until the time that you want to sell it, that's the time that you sell it.
Actually, pwede naman yun. But
Uh,
it really depends on the person. As far as
okay.
I'm concerned, ako, I just put a fiscal year for myself.
Mm.
Kaya yan ang ginagawa ko. Whether I do a lot of trading, yun na nga, yung buying and selling, or I
Mm.
hold on to something for some time, it really depends. There are
Uh,
those that can serve you well in the long term while you hold on to it kasi they pay out good dividends,
mhm.
whatever other benefits.
But for sa akin, ang mentality ko is you have to keep it moving. You have because it's something fluid that you have to keep it moving para mas mabilis yung turnover sa'yo. Kasi parang ano lang yan is nag bumili ka sa divisorya ng pangbenta mo, ni stock
Hmm.
mo, as days go by, tumatagal yung stock mo sa storage mo, nagde-devalue na siya or you're losing money already.
Well, not really.
Okay.
Number one, stocks don't expire. Not
Mm-hmm.
unless the company says we're going to take ourselves out of the market or what they call delisting.
Mm-hmm.
Mawawala sa market. Yan ang parang expiry niya. But other than that, as long as they follow all the rules of the PSE, andyan pa rin yan. Wala problema yan.
Mm. Okay. All right.
Uh, as for keeping your money moving, I would agree. Kasi stocks are not like banks. Eh. You put your money in a bank, kahit papano, may interest kikitain yan. That's not the way it is with stocks. At least not here. You keep your money here. Ganun pa rin mangyari sa pera mo. Hindi gagalaw yan. Now, if you put it into something, it will go both ways. Either
Mm-hmm.
you make money or it will lose money. At marami sa atin, once they start losing money, ayaw nilang benta. Okay? For, I believe that they're in the mindset na, Pumasok ako sa stocks kasi gusto kong kumita, hindi yung malulugi ako. Well,
Mm.
tama naman. But you also have to face the reality. You won't be able to win all your trades. Sometimes you will lose.
Mm.
So, kaysa hahawakan mo ng magdamag yung hawak mo, at some point, kailangan mag-decide ka, how much loss are you willing to take on?
I agree. So
So,
for so let's talk about prices. So for
okay.
example, 13-month ko nakuha ko na.
Yeah.
So what is the optimal minimum that I can invest in stocks? What are your suggestions? Is there like from 10,000 to 20,000 or 20,000 to 100,000 right away? So what are the optimal
Okay. If we're going to go by the minimum amount that the online broker says that you need for you to open an account with them,
Mhm.
the lowest I've heard was 5,000.
Mm.
Pero magbubukas ka pa lang ng account.
Mm.
5,000 to trade ang liit niyan. But based on experience, ang medyo okay is to trade worth, opinion ko lang to worth 50,000.
Okay.
Now, if you want to use more, that is up to you. But remember, please use only what is known as disposable income. Never use ito, pera na to para saan? Tuition ng bata or ito, pambayad ng utang na ito. Please, wag na nating galawin yon. Delikado.
There's always a risk involved. Kasi
Oh, yun.
at the end of the day, it's still an investment. It's still running your own business. So
Yes.
there's a profit and loss na probability.
Oo.
Uh,
Laging merong either you're going to win or you're going to lose. But if you lose, yun na nga, you have to control your losses.
mhm.
Hindi yung, hindi, sa papel lang yan talo. Hindi pa ako talo talaga kasi hindi ko pa binibenta eh. That's how a lot of people think. So,
Mhm.
yung talo mo ngayon, say 1,000 ngayon. Next week, baka mamaya 5,000 na yan. So,
Mhm.
lumaki. At some point, you really have to face yourself, ano ba, am I going to keep this? Or do I need to sell this at a loss, move on to something else, which can
Mhm.
probably give me a chance to get back the loss and make more?
Very insightful. So to those people that are watching and are alam ko 13 month is looming in around, you it is the best time for them to attend your webinars, your
Yes.
for them to learn until nung makuha na nila yung 13 month and they already, at least they're already equipped and know where to invest their money.
Ang nakikita ko kasi, a lot of people, they join these groups in Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
but they are all very eager to earn money that they don't do their own research, they don't study,
I agree.
nakikinig lang sa sinasabi ng admin, sinasabi ng
Mm-hmm.
guru, yun na. So, wala na, hindi na mag-aaral yan. Ay, sabi ni buy. O, sige, di buy tayo. Wala naman sinabi nasaan ang target. Walang sinabi pag nagkamali, saan ang labas.
Mm-hmm.
So, maraming beses nakikita ko rin dyan. There are people who follow the advice, they made the wrong move, then babalikan nila ngayon yung admin. O paano na? Sabi mo it's a buy. Ngayon, bumili ako, naipit na ako. Lugi na ako ngayon. Now what do I do? Guess what? You are now scene zone. Wala na. I think
Na
that's a
ghosting.
that's a reality.
uh, so merong uh, uh, recently, like probably I think that was last year or just couple of years back, may lumabas na app na
Mm.
nagmi-mimic siya ng mga top uh, stock exchange brokers on what they're doing. So if they're buying, gagawin nung app na yun, sasabihin sa'yo na ito binili niya, bibili ka rin ba? Pag nagbenta siya, bibenta mo rin ba? Yung, as in, totally mimicking whatever's
Mm.
happening to a certain broker or certain person that's known in stocks. So, would that really work, or there's just another that's just another scam na kasi it's still very much based on something na it's probably too late na pag nagbenta na tong taon to, ibig sabihin he has foreseen that market and this already was able to sell it, and ikaw na ngayon mo lang nalaman could be late in the game. Tama?
Well, actually, there's also some nuances behind the scenes na I think it's a little too advanced to talk about it
Mm-hmm.
now. Kasi may mga tricks din pwedeng gawin na akala mo buying lang itong broker. So, sunod ka lang dyan. What I
Mm.
think is, yeah, you could see this broker buying now. What you don't know is during off hours when the market's already closed, yung pala, oh, broker A, bumili ka ng ganito kadaming San Miguel shares.
Mm.
Broker A now calls broker B. Pare, lipat ko this many shares of San Miguel to you in that account there. How would we know?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm not saying na
Uh-uh.
nangyari yun. I'm
Uh-uh.
just saying it's a
It's a
possibility.
possibility.
So, we really don't know. Yan ang ginagawa ng isa na tawag dyan, ticker tape reading.
Oh.
Yan yung, oy, si ano, bumibili oh. Ito, kanina pa yan, binibili niya yung ganito. Susunod ka naman. So what they're doing, they're keeping count of how many shares this broker has bought this stock. Yung selling, paano? It's not necessarily 1:1 kasi akala natin pag binili dyan din ibibenta.
Mm.
No, alam ko, pwedeng, hindi mo alam, nilipat pala sa iba.
Oo, oo. Oo. So,
So,
best talaga is for you to equip yourself with the knowledge. Hindi yung basta
yes,
gaya ka lang ng gaya.
yes,
So,
yes, don't, this is not self-serving or anything.
mm.
But the best thing really for you to do, study, uh, it's your choice whether you want to study fundamental analysis or
Mm.
technical analysis. So, ang fundamental analysis, this is one of the things that we learned back in college. Yeah, pag-aaralan mo, income statement,
Mm.
then yung other items inside the income statement, yung earnings per share niya, yung debt to equity ratio niya, yung book value niya. Ang dami ng numbers ng pag-aaralan dyan.
Mm.
Meron ka ring news or rumors about it, and then on the bigger picture, titingnan mo rin is the interest rates of banks affecting the market, is the GDP affecting the market, is inflation affecting the market, are there other factors outside of the country that's affecting the market? I'm sure you know right now, we talked about this around 2 weeks ago. This big thing in China called Evergrande, and that's
Yeah.
affecting the Asian region right now.
Mm.
So, yan yung mga isang sinasabi ko na ito ba baka pwedeng mag-affecto dito sa atin? Yes, it can. So, that's fundamentals. Or do you now go with technicals? Now, I think some people would think, ay, ito may vested interest to kasi may seminar on technical analysis. Let me show you exactly how simple and how easy ang technical analysis. With fundamentals, binabasa mo yung financial statement, you're probably slaving away a few hours trying to come up with the right number before
Mm.
you decide if it's a buy or not. Pag sanay ka na with reading charts, ako I had to learn the hard way. Lalo na, I used to trade the US market where there was over 7,000 stocks to study.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah, pero buti lang I wasn't alone. We were a group. So we had to filter out which ones aren't worth looking at. And then the ones that are worth it, there were 10 of us. Each one of us had to study around 100 charts every day.
Wow.
So mabilisan yan. Pag isang tingin, siguro in a few seconds, I already would give an idea. Yes or no. Pag no, sige, pass. Pag yes, uy, anong meron dito? Pag-aralan, drawing, ganun. Siguro within 5 minutes, maybe even less,
Mm.
may sagot na ako. And the best part, it's more accurate than fundamentals.
Mm.
I
Okay.
used to I used to do fundamental analysis when I was new in the market. Batting average 40% ang wins. 40, which is a standard. When I studied technicals, okay, medyo magulo pa nun. Some were quote-unquote teaching
Mm.
technicals. Sa totoo lang, they were using it as a marketing tool for you to open an account with them. They were brokers. But I was taught the right way. So when I learned, ganyan lang yan, ganun kasimple. So I was skeptical. Sige, subukan nga natin. I mean, there's nothing for me to lose except if this doesn't work for me, then probably it's not meant to be.
Mm. Mm.
When I use it, uy, it works. And ang bilis lang. I don't need to be a Mensa member. I don't need to have a very high GPA to understand how this works. Anybody, maniwala ka hindi, even a high school kid can understand how this works. You just have to teach it the right way. Mabilis maintindihan to. It's now, after you learn what you need to learn, it's
Mm.
now a matter of self-discipline. So that's where the difference lies. Mabilis mabilis gamitin ng technicals. It's a matter of practice, it's a matter of self-discipline.
Yeah, especially now that there's the technology that where we can just grab and search for data that
Mm.
we can analyze. Unlike
Yes.
noon, you have to buy a newspaper, you have
Yes.
to you have tatambay ka sa stock exchange na para
Yeah.
malaman mo ano yung mga trends, yung mga but
Mm.
now because of the technology that we have, social media or even the internet, it does help us be more informed in where we're going to invest our money. Tama?
Tama.
So,
Kasi yun na nga, technology is a big part of it.
mm,
It has allowed us to trade off the site. Diba?
mm,
Lahat tayo online na eh.
mm,
Lalo na ngayon may pandemic, you really have to go online. You can't go to the public gallery in the PSE.
mm.
Oh, so ngayon, you have no choice. You have to use an online broker. You have to use online tools. Some may probably still be calling up their broker to do trades for them. Pero most of it talaga, the shift is going online.
Is it for those who's going to be investing in stocks? Do you keep one broker or several brokers?
That now depends. Kasi there are people who have different purposes. If your purpose is just to trade, one should be enough.
Mm-hmm.
But if nagkataon lang let me think maliciously. A person can probably have a fund that is or ridiculously high.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about probably 8 or 9 figures. Keeping all that in one broker is not advisable.
Okay.
So you would need to spread the fund around. So
Mm-hmm.
that's probably where you need to get 2, 3, 4 brokers. Pero like anything else, yung accounting diyan, yan ang magulo. Kasi
Oh,
mamaya,
okay.
you would probably think, I have it in broker A. Yung pala, wala doon. Nasaan? Nasa kay broker C.
Mm.
Kailangan malinis yung accounting mo rin dyan.
Okay. So, profits from, of course, profits from stock exchange is also taxable.
It is.
So, how would that would you be the one could computing it, or it's all parang sweldo yan na auto-deductive na?
No, ang nangyari dyan kasi, when you do a trade, when you buy, you're already being taxed.
Oh, okay.
So, you pay your commission to the broker. At the same time, you are paying the VAT on the commission. So,
Mm.
may binabayaran ka. When
Mm.
you sell, aside from the commission and the VAT on the commission, you're
Mm.
also paying sales tax. So,
Mm.
may binabayaran ka na.
Okay.
So, in short, parang medyo automatic na yung nangyari dyan.
Okay. Gotcha. So just like anything that you purchase, meron ng VAT siya.
Oh, yeah, meron na yun.
Mm.
Pero
Okay.
for your information also, these days, because a lot of people are going online, the commission rates have also gone down. Dati, it was 0.75% per trade
Mm-hmm.
or 1%. Medyo malaki pa nun. Now,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's going 0.25%, which is the bare minimum that the SEC is mandating.
Oh, okay.
So, yan ang labanan diyan ngayon.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's giving 0.25%. Who do you go with? Ayan, tanong.
Right. Is there like uh, is there like a group of brokers that are more favored than another group, or you go with individuals that doesn't belong to a group?
I think what you mean is uh, there are brokers that more people are opening accounts with
Mm-hmm.
because they're popular. But it
Okay.
doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best.
Yeah.
So, uh, it still goes down to your purpose. When you trade, do you want to see what's happening for yourself? Or are you already okay with calling up somebody who's telling you over the phone what's happening? Siyempre, I think a lot of people now would rather see what really is going on because
Mm-hmm.
there are some, I'm not saying all, but there are some people na kausap mo on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
yung pala iba ang nangyayari. So, that now means if you want to see what is happening at this very second, you might as well go online.
Yeah, I agree.
Pero that doesn't mean that if you go online, you go where everyone else goes to the most popular online broker.
Uh-huh.
Because if you think about it, yes, there are a lot of people there. At the same time, can their bandwidth handle all that traffic?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And I've heard so many complaints about it na ang tagal mag-refresh ng data, mahirap magpasok ng order, naiiwanan ako, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I already know that is not the place to go. So where do you go? Go with someone who, well, it's a given that they have less users than the most popular broker. Pero ang importante dyan is they can give you the data as accurate and
Mm-hmm.
as fast as possible with the least amount of headaches when it comes to withdrawing your money. Trading, mabilis yan. Your money is there. Win or lose, umiikot yung pera mo dyan. when the time comes that you need the money and you want to take it out,
Mm.
who can serve you the best now? Kasi may mga iba dyan, medyo pahirapan ka pa ng konti. You won't be able to get the money that fast. May mga iba, you just tell them, okay, I want to withdraw this much. I fill out this form. Uh, I can ask you to deposit in my account para hindi na yung pupunta pa sa akin, ako pa pupunta ng bangko.
Mm.
Pwede nang, o paki-deposit na lang for me. Pwede yun.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. That's good to know. So, mas less legwork
Yes. Oh.
for
Kumbaga
everybody.
talagang, isama
Mm.
na nila sa service nila para sa iyo.
No. So, yeah. That's very good kumbaga ba, customer
Oh,
service.
that's very good. Oh.
This is the opportunity to break that mold cycle and be the master of your own world by investing in stocks. It's something that is not explored too much by Filipinos. Again, like what Bonner said, it's just less than 1% of our population. So there's a whole lot of things that can be tapped, learned, and earned from the stock
Oh yeah.
market. Mhm.
Oh yeah. All right. So again, this is Bonner Dytoc, and I'd like to thank Jet for joining us today. So I think next time when you have other questions, go ahead. We're ready. We're more than willing to enlighten you on what else you need to know.
Absolutely. I will reach out to you and we can discuss it here. So it would also help a lot of people.
Thank you, Jet. So I see
Thank
you
you,
guys
Bonner.
tomorrow. Oh
See
no, not
you.
tomorrow. See you guys
See you probably
another week.
Wednesday.
Yes, see you on Wednesday. All right.
All right.
Thank
See
you.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.